Hello, fellow paranormal enthusiasts. Welcome to a new video. So, we do know that, unfortunately, right now, COVID-19 is going across the world, and I want everybody out there to be safe. I want to say thank you to all the essential workers, and we'll get through this. And this video coming up, hopefully you might get a few laughs from the doctor. I just want to put that out there. This video is not trying to be insensitive or anything, just trying to have some fun. Because we all need a little bit of fun, but we also need knowledge through this, so just be careful out there. Thank you, essential workers, and we're going to get through this, guys, so hope you enjoy.
The Ghost Watch.
Why, hello there. I am the doctor. Yes, I do know a thing or two about pandemics. So, throughout your human history, there have been around 20 major pandemics. Really, the first one was the Antonine Plague. It was one of the earliest documented plagues, and took place during the years 165 to 180 AD in the Roman Empire. Scholars and historians believe that the disease that claimed at least 5 million was either measles or smallpox. The infected had symptoms of fever, vomiting, coughing, dry throats, swollen throats as well, and gastrointestinal bleeding, as indicated by their blackish diarrhea. Also noted is that the infected would have skin rashes and red and black bumps on their bodies. Oh, but that's not the worst thing to happen. The next, we have the Plague of Justinian. From 541 to 542 AD, it affected the Byzantine Empire and the Sasanian Empire. The total deaths estimates were around 25 to 100 million people. The plague also had several reoccurrences up until the year 750 AD. This plague was transmitted by rats and fleas that had the Yersinia pestis bacteria. It causes bubonic, septicemic, and pneumonic plagues. Oh, and next up is one I'm very familiar with. The Black Death. The bubonic plague, caused by the Yersinia pestis bacteria, yet again. This plague lasted from 1347 to 1351, with death estimates ranging from 75 to 125 million people. The plague ravaged Europe, Asia, and Northern Africa, and it may have taken up to half of Europe's population. Symptoms included a terrible fever, pain in the joints, and swollen and blackened lymph nodes. Ew. Next up is the Smallpox Epidemic. The smallpox disease is believed to have originated around 10,000 BC in humans. There were smallpox epidemics in Eurasia and Africa, but really smallpox affected the New World in the 1500s. Brought over to North and South America between 1520 and 1670, and reoccurring up until 1977, afterwards finally being globally eradicated. This disease has killed an estimated 56 million people throughout the years since 1520. mainly the native populations of North America, South America, and Australia. Symptoms were fever, vomiting, and bumps occurring all over the body and sores in the mouth. Then there was the third plague. An outbreak of bubonic plague that occurred in 1855 that killed around 12 million people in India and China. Called the third plague after the Yersinia pestis bacteria plagues of the Plague of Justinian and the Black Death. And finally, the Spanish flu, an abnormally fatal strain of influenza that killed around 20 to 100 million, with some estimates saying even up to 200 million. This strain was unique in that it also killed many people in their prime years of life. Also, the Spanish flu was mistakenly named. The flu entered Spain from France, and since Spain was neutral country at the time as World War I was raging on as well, news outlets could report on the epidemic, and the Spanish king at the time, King Alfonso VIII, was ill. And people assumed that he had the Spanish flu and that Spain was hit really hard because of it, but they were wrong. So, those were just a few of the major epidemics and pandemics throughout human history. You have one going on right now, don't you? COVID-19. More than likely, everyone will be okay, and this'll all be over soon. But if not, your friend the doctor is here.